He can have it on Monday. He can file his reply.
In Bengal also, last
can
date
file his
for
reply.
objection is 30th.
What?
Last date for objection in Bengal is also 30th.
No. I'm sorry. No.
The order
We have
itself.
provided everything at the doorstep. Even if they can't, we have all possible documents we have included.
May I request your lordships to look at the application, nothing more than that, Madam. 48. Just look at the application, we'll just demonstrate to your lords here.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Next,
Tuesday or Wednesday, all right? Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Let them file their
Yes.
reply in the meantime, Madam. At least that they can do.
It is their choice, Mr. Sibal. If you want to file other, it's a matter of record.
All right, very well.
Yes, Mr. Ansaria, 10 minutes means free.
I will not be able to do, my lord, justice
Your Lordship.
brief in 10 minutes time. My
Your
lord, I have
Lordship.
a substantive writ petition, my lord.
Yes.
I have a writ petition 634 of 2025.
All right, please quickly.
No, I'll do as quickly as
We
possible.
have to wind up this matter.
Your Lordship,
Great amount of respect.
kindly hear me, Lordship. I am petitioner in person for item number 51, sir.
Which item?
Item number 51.
What was the item?
Yeah, it is related to the maintainability of writ petition.
What is this matter?
Actually, prayer is it.
फाइल करने का ना बड़ा शौक है जाके टीवी पर इस पे आए कि अब ये पता नहीं होता आपको कोई चीज मेंटेनेबल है कि नहीं है
No, sir.
आप लीगल एड कौंसिल दे देते हैं
You can provide, sir, but in 2.5 years, I have approached everyone, including Allahabad High Court. But now I do not have any money.
All right, we will give you some other date. Yes,
May I please, lordship? Lord, I have my written submissions with your lordship. Kindly take that.
My I'm so sorry, my lords. I have a small mentioning. May I please mention item 31? This is that representation of women in Bar Council election matter. My lords, on Friday, Telangana Bar Council elections are taking place. I just need 4.5 minutes of this court's time today or tomorrow, whenever it suits my lords.
So what is the problem now?
We need a small clarification regarding the procedure for counting of votes. There is no, my lords,
In court number 1, we will tell how the votes are to be counted.
my lords, we have
Application
approached
take
them.
on record rejected.
My lords-
Liberty to approach the concerned committee.
My lords, we have approached them. We have not
Thank you
heard.
very much, one after the other.
Lord, firstly, my lord, my writ petition is seeking a mandamus. There should be regular SIR. And some of the pleadings, my lord, I want to show to your lordship, my lord. I have quoted some of them, especially one paragraph, paragraph 9. There's a huge infiltration, my lord. My lord, your lordships have, Mr. Naidu has pointed out what are the pleadings in the writ petition, my lord, by Mr. Association for Democratic Reforms or otherwise, my lord. In my case, my lord, if your lordship kindly take up the writ petition, my lord, para 9. Specifically, I've said there are, Lord, it requires that there is a large scale infiltration, so to the extent of external aggression, Lord, under Article 355.
No.
And in the writ petition, my lord, I have implemented Union of India, all the states as parties. Everybody has been served, except Election Commission. Nobody has filed any reply. The Election Commission says yes, we are. It is the SIR is required to be conducted, my lord. In para 8 of the counter affidavit of the Election Commission, Lord, they say that yes, it is required and it is to be done. Now, my lord, what is the constitutional mandate of 324, Mr. Dwivedi has taken to your lordship, Lord? I don't want to repeat that. What is important is, my lord, Article 289, Mr. Dwivedi has pointed out, draft article did not have the provision for, I'm so sorry. If you kindly give it. Article 289 draft article did not have the provision for revision of electoral roll, which was brought about by an amendment. I'm so sorry. If your lordship kindly return submissions. Page 3 of my written submissions now, my lord. Page 1 and 2, I pointed out, I've summarized, my lord, what are my pleadings,
Yes.
given the relevant para numbers. And my lord, para 4, I have said what is the response of the Election Commission. Would your lordship now kindly come to page 3, para 5. Now, 324, my lord, it has been said, it is only the citizen of India who are entitled. And what is important in, my lord, the speech of Dr. Ambedkar, my lord, when he pointed out about the amendment of 289, which I have quoted, my lord, and what is important is highlighted portion, the House will realize franchisee is the most fundamental thing in the democracy, and franchisee is only to the citizens, my lord. And it is also says it is not only the preparation but also the revision of electoral roll. It is very specific and very clear, my lord. With that, my lord, para 8 I have said, it is submitted that the intensive revision of electoral roll is essential to ensure that the sovereign will of the citizen is expressed through their elected representative. It is submitted that only Indian citizens can be included in the electoral roll and all those who are ineligible to vote cannot be examined, must be excluded. Now, my lord, what is important is, my lord, if your lordship kindly take up, my lord, the Representation of People Act for a minute, my lord, with me. Section 16 and 18. Would your lordship kindly permit me to place that, my lord?
Yeah, you need to put para 10.
I have quoted it, my lord, but section 16 says, my lord, there are 3 requirements: not a citizen of India, disqualification, unsound mind, and disqualified from voting under provision of law. Lordship,
So light pon by Mr. Dosia.
what I am showing, my lord, the argument is that all the 3 requires in adjudication by an outside authority. So far as 16A is concerned, it does not say. 16B and C says, my lord, it requires an adjudication by an outside authority. Similarly, section 19, which I have quoted in page 6, my lord,
Yes.
it does not require any adjudication. So, my lord, there are 5 requirements for qualification or disqualification of being eligible to be in electoral roll. One is citizen of India. Second is unsound mind. Third thing, disqualified from under any law. Fourth is 18 years of age. And fifth is ordinary resident. For 3 requirements, my lord, in para 13, I have said, there is no requirement of, my lord, any outside authority to say. For example, for citizen of India, it is the, my lord, election commission decides whether he is above 18 years or below 18 years, election commission decides. And, my lord, whether he is an ordinary resident, his election commission decides. And, my lord, he decided for the particular purpose. It is not, my lord, the universal declaration, as has been argued, my lord, it has been said. So there is a, my lord, very important distinction under the statute, 16 and 19. In 16 clauses A, B, and C, A does not require any adjudication by outside authority. B and C requires an adjudication by by an authority, my lord. That is what I have said in para 13 of my written submissions. Now, my lord, another important thing is regarding verification of citizenship. Now, my lord, verification of citizenship is not only under the Representation of People Act. If your lordship kindly see page 7, my lord, at least 10 other statutes, the benefits are available only to the citizens. For example, under the Advocates Act. Lord, all these provisions I have given at page 22 in Schedule 1. If your lordship kindly see for a minute, my lord, page 22. For a minute, my lord.
Page 22.
Page 22 of this, which are the relevant statutory provisions, my lord. For example, under the Advocates Act, to be enrolled, he must be a citizen of India. Under the Patent Act, to get a patent, he must be a citizen of India. Under the trademark rules, it must be citizen. Under the Army Act, etc., etc. And what is important is page 23, Roman 9. Under the RTI also, he must be a citizen of India. So, my lord, if an RTI application is made by a non-citizen, can the my lord, PIO not say, no, you are not a citizen of India, and my lord, so we will not entertain your application? Does it require an adjudication, my lord? He is to wait for an adjudication, the PIO, my lord. So, my lord, if your lordship has to say the citizen of India is to be determined only by the central government under the Citizenship Act or by the Foreigners Tribunal under the Foreigners Act, my lord, then all these allegations, that law will be applied, my lord. Even the passport authority cannot decide. Even the, my lord, the Bar Council cannot decide.
So we understood that verification of citizenship
Yes,
is
Lord.
not an adjudication.
Is not and there are similar several laws, my lord, which requires a verification by the authorities other than, my lord, the central government or the Foreigners Tribunal. For example, what I have said in para 7, last column, which are the authority which required to verify the citizenship for getting benefit under those statutes, my lord. And those statutes I have quoted at page 23-24.
Yeah.
Now, my lord, another important thing is page 8. Citizenship Act, as originally enacted, section 3 gave right to citizenship by birth. Now, what is important is, my lord, page 8, para 17, I have quoted this section 3 as originally enacted, which says every person born in India on or after 26 January shall be citizen of India. Now, my lord, the parliament found that there is a gross, my lord, if I can read, this is very important, para 18. Section 3 of the amendment was amended by the Citizenship Amendment Act 1986. The objection regions of the said amendment was substituted in Section 3 by thus, objection regions, a large number of persons of Indian origin have entered into the territory of India from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and some African countries, and they are residing in India. government has taken a serious view of the entry of the persons clandestinely into the India and with a view to making provisions of the Citizenship Act relating to the grant of Indian citizenship more stringent. It is proposed to make inter alia the following provision, and section 3 has been quoted, now my lord, amended, which requires you have to be born and either of whose parents are citizen of India by birth. So by birth is not sufficient and the parliament has taken this, my lord, conscious decision that there is a clandestine entry for illegal foreigners of a huge number, and that is the purpose, my lord, for amendment of the Citizenship Act. Similarly, thereafter, in 2004, it was made more stringent, my lord, which I have quoted in paras 19, page 9, the objection regions, and my lord, after making this highlighted portion, to prevent illegal migrants from becoming eligible for Indian citizen. And then not section 3 is quoted after amendment, which requires that even if one of the parents is illegal migrant, my lord, he will not be a citizenship by birth. So, my lord, the parliament is consciously, my lord, I put the table at page 10, para 20. There are 3 categories of persons, my lord, by birth. Firstly, from between 1950 to 87, born in India is sufficient. Between 87 to 2004, born in India plus either of the parents is citizen. And after 2004, my lord, born in India, both parents, or if one parent is a citizen, the other must not be an illegal migrant. So, my lord, the parliament, now, my lord, para 21, if I can read, my lord. It is submitted that since 3/12/2004, even if one of the parents of citizen of a person who is born in India is an illegal migrant, he or she is not entitled to citizenship by birth. The provisions regarding denial of citizenship by birth to a person either whose parents is an illegal migrant has been made having regard to the large number of such illegal migrants in the country. It is therefore the constitutional legal duty of the Election Commission of India to ensure that citizens alone are in the electoral roll, since franchisee is the most fundamental thing in democracy, as stated by Dr. Ambedkar in the Constituent Assembly. Now, my lord, next limb of my argument is, my lord, having regard to such illegal migrant, to such proportion, what is the duty of the statutory authorities, my lord, and the constitutional bodies? That is what Article 355 says, my lord, which I have quoted. It shall be the duty of the Union to protect every state against external aggression and internal disturbance, to ensure that the government of every state is carried on in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. It is stated that India has a massive illegal migration from the neighboring countries, especially after Indo-Pak War and the creation of Bangladesh. Such huge influx of illegal migrants is a matter of record and has been so stated by the government of India from time to time. The petitioner claimed leave to refer to the following statement. Indrajit Gupta in 1997 says that, my lord, there are 10 million, 1 out of 10 is an illegal migrant. Then there is a governor report of Assam, my lord, which has said it has changed the demography. Then again, my lord, the Home Minister in 2004 says there are 50 lakh illegal Bangladeshis in Assam and 57 in West Bengal. Then again in 2016 say there are 2 crore illegal migrants. My lord, with regard to, if your lordship may permit me to read para 24, page 13. It is submitted that the extent of illegal migrant in Assam in India are to the extent that the same amounts to external aggression under Article 355 of the Constitution, and it is the duty of every organ of the state to prevent such aggression. Having regard to the huge number of illegal migrants in the country, it is the bounden duty of the Election Commission to ensure that none of these illegal migrants get the voting right and their names are removed from the electoral roll if wrongfully entered. Now, it is submitted Article 355 of the states that it is the bounden duty of the state to protect every state from external aggression and internal difference. The later part of Article 355 is of much importance, as it states that the government of every state has to be carried out in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. For a government to be carried on in accordance with provisions of the Constitution, it is incumbent that such a government must be elected by eligible voters, and the duty is to prepare an electoral roll of eligible voters is vested in the Election Commission. The sacrosanct nature of the election has to be prepared by the Election Commission of India by conducting SIR of the electoral roll from time to time. Otherwise, the democratic process will be subverted and the government will be elected by the non-citizens and infiltrators. Now, my lord, I have quoted Sarbananda Sonwal, my lord, everybody has referred to it. Now, my lord, what is important is para 27. Now, my lord, all the 3 limbs of the state, that is, my lord, the parliament, while enacting the Citizenship Act, the executive making various statements, and the judiciary, my lord, in the Sarbananda and Sonwal case, has found that there is a huge influx of illegal migrants in the country. Lord, this is a rare combination where the parliament, executive and judiciary has said, my lord, there is a huge infiltration. And this, my lord, if will not If they are not, they are in the electoral roll, my lord, then the parliamentarians reflect the will of the people, not of the will of the citizens, my lord, will of the foreigners, my lord. Now, my lord, this having been done, my lord, in my respectful submission, the exercise which is being done by the Election Commission is definitely necessary and it is mandated, my lord, by the constitutional scheme of the containing the Article 324 to 326 and also in the RP Act. Now, my lord, one of the last limb of my argument is, my lord, your lordship has made Aadhaar as a part of, my lord, the documents relevant by an interim order. Lord, I want to show to your lordship 3 or 4 provisions of the Aadhaar Act, my lord, that it cannot be done, my lord, in my respectful submission. Now, my lord, I have quoted it, the Aadhaar provision, Aadhaar, my lord, page 15, if your lordship kindly see, my lord, the objects and reasons of Aadhaar is an act to provide as a good governance, efficient, transparent and targeted delivery of subsidies, benefit and services. So this was the purpose, my lord. And section 2(5) defines resident. Resident means an individual who is resided in India for a period amounting to, in all, to 182 days or more in 12 months immediately. Anybody who is in India, a foreigner, I will demonstrate that, is entitled to Aadhaar. Now, section 3 mandates that every resident means if you are in India for 182 days, shall be entitled to obtain Aadhaar number by submitting in demographic information and biometric information by undergoing the process of enrollment, provided the central government may from time to time notify such other category of persons who may be entitled. Now, section 9 says Aadhaar, now this is very important, my lord, Aadhaar number or authentication thereof shall not by itself confer any right or proof of citizenship or domicile in respect of Aadhaar number holder. Now, Lord, may I pause here, my lord? Why did the Election Commission, my lord, require the documents for 3 things? For citizenship, for age, and for ordinary resident. Now, my lord, the mandate of Aadhaar Act is you cannot use it for citizenship, you cannot use it for domicile purposes. Now, what remains is, my lord, the date of birth. Now, my lord, so far the date of birth, now Lordship has, my lord, made a reference of section 23(4) of the RP Act for making Aadhaar as a relevant document. Now, would your Lordship kindly see, my lord, what is the object? It was inserted by an amendment in 2021. I have put, my lord, the objects in regions in para 31. Would your Lordship just excuse me for a minute?
Yes.
Okay. The objection region says the amendment of section 23 enabling for linking of electoral roll with Aadhaar ecosystem to curb the menace of multiple enrollment. That was the only purpose, my lord, for which 23(4) was inserted. And what does the 23(4) says, my lord, is, I have quoted it, inclusion of the names in electoral roll. Any electoral registration officer may, it is not, my lord, shall, for the purpose of establishing the identity of any person, require such person may furnish Aadhaar number given by the Aadhaar authority, provided that the election registration officer may also require Aadhaar from persons already included in the electoral roll for the purpose of authentication of entries and to identify registration of name of the same person in the electoral roll of more than one constituency. The whole purpose was, my lord, it has been found there are multiple entries. So if you have put the Aadhaar number, my lord, then it can, what purpose is to avoid, to identify the persons whose names are in more than one place in the electoral roll. So with Aadhaar, they can, my lord, identify that person. And that's the whole purpose of section 23(4). And it is in the light of, my lord, what the Aadhaar Act says in 2016, what the Amendment Act says in 2021, the objection regions, and the specific provision, my lord. It was never stipulated, my lord, that Aadhaar can be used for any of the 3 purposes for which, my lord, the electoral rolls are required to be submitted to the document, namely citizenship, namely the age of birth or date of birth, my lord, or for the purpose of, my lord, the domicile or the ordinary resident. Now, my lord, with that in mind, if your lordship kindly see, my lord, para 33, page 17, it is pertinent to note that the Aadhaar card is issued by privately run common service centers as per the Ministry of Information and Technology, Government of India, is in November 2025, a total number of 5,70,973 common service centers are functional in the country. Any person who has passed 10 standard and has biometric computer knowledge can open the common service center, and I have given the page number. Lord, so my lord, any person, 5,72,973 centers which are privately run issues Aadhaar, and that becomes a relevant document, my lord. But in my respectful submission, that cannot be the relevant document for the purpose. That's why, my lord, the Election Commission consciously, my lord, said that Aadhaar will not be a relevant document, but under your Lordship's order, thereafter it has been added as a document, my lord. I am requesting your Lordship, my lord, to reconsider that order. Now, second, my lord, it is submitted a document issued by a privately run center cannot be relied upon for the purpose of electoral roll. It is pertinent to note that as per the UID report on saturation of percentage of Aadhaar has beyond 100% in certain states. So, like document which,
You know, your passport is also outsourced to a privately run.
no,
agency.
the passport is,
Your passport is also
there, my lord.
outsourced to a privately run agency under the auspices of the government of India.
Please, your Lordship.
Then
No, passport is not, no, what I'm saying, my lord,
agency operating under the statutory authorities or the government itself.
no, my lord, but here they are, my lord,
Aadhaar-
you don't require any
Card is a public document.
yes, my lord, but it does not require any authentic, my lord. He goes with a certificate from a, from a, my lord, Parshad, from a municipal corporator or municipal authorities, my lord, and a municipal corporator, and he gets Aadhaar, my lord. It does not, 5,72,000, not all other documents which are mentioned in item 1 to 11, my lord, they are not issued by any,
None of them can be forged, only Aadhaar can be forged.
no, I'm not
That's the
forging,
argument.
I'm not forgery part of it. My
The
lord,
land record cannot be forged.
no, my lord, I'm not saying on the forgery, my lord, it's a completely different thing.
So that is.
No,
the question.
I'm not saying forgery, my lord, I'm saying,
Mr. Ansaria, if you argue that an Aadhaar card can always be a forged document and it is within the scope of the ERO to verify the authentication.
no,
of
I'm
the
not
Aadhaar
saying, my
card,
lord, I'm
that-
saying a common service center, a privately run person, an individual issues Aadhaar card, my lord. Whether that can be by a mandamus, your lordship would say that will be treated as a relevant document.
The issuance of the Aadhaar cards,
Yes.
sir, that private individual discharges a public duty.
My lord, but is there any control, my lord? What he does is,
Yes, there is
no,
a
no,
control.
no, what he does is, my lord, he gets a certificate from a municipal corporator or a panchayat person, my lord, and he issues the Aadhaar, my lord.
So
I'm not saying it is a force. I'm saying it is issued, my lord, by genuinely by a person, but a person, an individual who is issuing the Aadhaar, can it be, my lord, under the statutory scheme?
It
which,
is. Unfortunately, it is.
my lord, if that's your lordships to consider, my lord.
Don't advance that argument. That argument is
No, my lord,
meant to be rejected.
no, my lord, what I'm saying, if your lordship see the Aadhaar Act,
They have followed you.
no, my lord, lordship, all that,
Follow your
yes, my lord, I'm grateful to your
Please
lordship.
go ahead.
All that I'm saying, my lord, section 9 specifically excludes Aadhaar for the purpose of citizenship and domicile. If a Aadhaar which is issued under a statute
This
said you cannot use it,
court never said that include Aadhaar
yes, my lord,
to prove citizenship.
your lordship,
It said that
Clarified.
Aadhaar is a acknowledged document of identity
my lord,
as per the statutory scheme of the Representation of People's Act.
yes, my lord,
And if that is so, then the enumeration would ordinarily take into consideration
my lord.
the scheme of the Act and include Aadhaar. And
Lord,
that is the foundation
Lord.
of our order.
My respectful submission, scheme of the act says it is to avoid duplication, my lord. That was the purpose of making the Aadhaar, not a relevant document to
Perhaps,
include.
Mr. Hansaria, you should go back to the SIR recitals.
Yes,
One of the ground of SIR to be undertaken is duplication.
yes, my lord.
So
No, Aadhaar number is
why
given. my
there is a
lord. Aadhaar,
reasonable nexus
Very-
between Aadhaar identity
Yes.
and the object that special revision is serving, namely dead, multiple entries, migration.
Yes.
Multiple entry
Yes.
can only be eliminated
Yes.
through identity of the
Please,
individual,
lordships.
where Aadhaar, even by your
Yes.
interpretation of
yes.
the document,
Yes.
is acknowledged as a proof of identity.
Yes.
So that
my lord, the
document,
limited
in
part-
our understanding,
Please, your lordship.
had a clear
Yes, my lord.
object-
Yeah, lordship will.
a nexus with
Yes.
the
Lordship will-
purpose which
Yeah,
the
I'm great.
commission is seeking to achieve through
Yes.
this special revision,
Yes.
right? Nobody at any point of time argued, or it was in the contemplation of the court, that Aadhaar is a proof of citizenship.
Yes, my-
In fact, what was argued
No, no.
is
Yes.
something different.
yes, my lord.
That look at the 11 documents.
Yes,
Can land record be proof of citizenship?
yes,
But that document is there.
my lord.
Why? So these 11 documents need not always be a clear relation to citizenship, but they may be of various species
Please, Your Lordship.
which would ordinarily relate to what? The purpose which the Election Commission seeks to serve
My lord.
in exercising its plenary powers.
My-
That has been argued by
Yes.
Mr. Dwivedi,
Yes.
Mr. Singh and others
Yes.
under Article 324, articulated through the statutory scheme under 21 subsection 3.
I'm grateful, my lord. Yes. Yes.
So your argument actually is going cross purposes with the Election Commission's view that Aadhaar is not at all a document to be considered because a private entity is preparing the document. Even if a private entity prepares a document, but if it is statutorily acknowledged as a proof of identity under the Representation of People's Act, the Election Commission would naturally look at
I'm grateful to Your Lordship for the query, my lord. May I answer, my lord? Those 11 documents are all issued by the government authorities, my lord. Here it is a private individual with 10 standard and 5 lakh and odd 6 lakh persons who are issuing, my lord. And the election commission did not say, my lord, we'll do it. Under Your Lordship's order, election has been done. Amendments has been sought. Has any foundation been laid, my lord, in any of the writ petitions, my lord? I have checked, my lord, all the writ petitions. The plea is, the prayer is, my lord, to struck down the Bihar SIR or, my lord, other SR activities. Not that a mandamus may be given that Aadhaar include an Aadhaar. So without a pleading in that regard, my lord, would Your Lordship issue a mandamus, my lord? That is, my lord, my respectful submission. And especially when the saturation point is beyond 100%. In many states, 106% documents are there, my lord, saturation point. Then it can be, whether it can be done or not, Lordship would kindly consider it, my lord. And I have given, my lord, that, so 3 things, my lord, 2 things, Aadhaar Act itself says it cannot be done. For the date of birth, my lord, there is a judgment of Your Lordship's court and followed by upholding the Maharashtra, Bombay High Court, my lord, Aadhaar cannot be a proof of date of birth. For all the 3 things, my lord, you request citizenship or domicile or the proof of birth, it cannot be used. That's my respectful submission. Lordship would consider it, my lord. It is only for the limited purpose of controlling the duplications. My lord, that's my respectful submission. The proviso makes it very clear. Now, my lord, a submission has been made. My lord, I have put about the Aadhaar, my lord, Aadhaar paragraph 36 to 41. I don't want to repeat that, my lord. Now, my lord, last submission which has been done is, my lord, it has been done, my lord, as if, my lord, the SR activity has been done to favor a political party, my lord, which has been submitted. Now, I have shown to Your Lordship, my lord, so far Bihar is concerned, my lord, if Your Lordship kindly come to page 20. Para 42, the difference between the deletion, SIR deletion and margin of votes has been more, my lord. The SIR deletion is more than the margin of votes and it is across party lines. Across party lines have won because of this. So it cannot be said, my lord, Aadhaar has been, that is what has been the slogan all over. Aadhaar has been made, my lord, or SIR has been conducted to favor a political party, which is, my lord, is on the face of it, page 20, my lord. Every political party have won because of the difference, my lord, in the deletion of the SIR, my lord. That's my response. That cannot be imputed a motive, my lord, to the Election Commission of India. And finally, my lord, page 21, I have concluded submissions, my lord. SIR is indispensable for preserving the integrity and democracy and ensuring elections reflect the will of the people and not foreigners. Large-scale infiltration of migrants is an act of external aggression and internal disturbance within the meaning of Article 355, altering the demography, distorting representation, burdening public resources, fueling organized crime, promoting radicalization, contaminating the electoral process by enabling non-citizens to fabricate documents and enter electoral rule. When these are not citizens, influence the electoral outcome, the promise of Article 326 that universal adult suffrage belongs exclusively in Indian citizens is defeated. This honorable court may uphold the exercise of SIR in Bihar and other states, my lord, and the order dated 8-9 regarding Aadhaar may be modified. My lord, that's my respectful submission. If your lordship kindly see, my lord, page 29, my lord, where the Aadhaar is issued to the foreigners. There are, in the Aadhaar, my lord, if your lordship see Aadhaar 29, page 29 of the submission, where it says, my lord, document which is issued to foreigners, page 29 at para 30, 32, 32 and 36.
That Mr. Ansari, you already read the definition of resident.
Yes, my lord.
So it is clear from there.
Lord, that's what it further shows, my lord.
Statutory
It
precondition of being a
the
citizen.
document itself says, page 29, Aadhaar is a proof of identity, not of citizenship, address or date of birth. If the document itself says, my lord, and these are the 3 purposes which is required for SIR, either citizenship or ordinary resident or date of birth. There is, my lord.
Multiplication?
My lord,
Multiplication.
citizenship,
Multiplication
Multipli-
number
Yes.
entries.
yes,
Your
multiplication, that is the,
SR which has been undertaken,
my lord, yes,
the affidavits filed by the Election
Yes.
Commission has three categories. One is dead,
my lord,
one is missing,
my lord.
and one is duplication.
Duplication, yes,
Tell me, Mr.
Who-
Ansari,
yes, my lord.
what is duplication?
It
And
is,
for that, identity of the elector entered in the electoral roll
that-
is necessary to be verified.
it is necessary, my lord, I'm so sorry.
You are inventing a fourth ground,
Yes, my lord,
namely citizenship.
yes,
And you are citizenship. And
yes. What I'm saying, my lord.
can you do that? You have,
No, my lord, what
you
I'm,
have to identify, it's not
Yes.
your brief at all,
yes,
to support
yes,
or to
yes, yes, yes.
criticize the.
Yes, my lord.
Your writ petition is very criticize the.
Yes, my lord.
Your writ petition is very different.
Yes, my lord.
Your writ petition is SR should be done
Regularly conducted, not after 20
regularly.
years, my lord, as it's been done now,
Correct.
and which is being vigorously open. That is for the limited purpose.
Now, see the difference and why Mr. Dwivedi
Yes,
filed the affidavit
yes,
saying that we will do it, definitely we will do it.
my lord.
You have founded your requirement of SR